Hey everybody, Rachel Gayle here with Essential Firstfruits, and I want to quickly talk to you about the basics of sampling. Now before I start, please understand that sampling really is an art, okay? There is no wrong or right way to do this. You don't have to feel obligated to anything that I am saying in this video. I am simply giving you a few tips that we have found effective. But there's a lot of people out there who share doTERRA without actually sampling at all. So please know that there is, again, you do not have to do any of this. This is just some advice, okay? One way to sample people is straight out of your own supply. And I think I've mentioned this before, but you can carry around a lot of your favorite essential oils. So let's say Citrus Bliss, for example. And if I am out and about with someone and I start either using this on myself or talking about the benefits, a sample is when you just share it with somebody else. Let them take a good smell out of the bottle, place a couple drops in their hand, show them how to apply it, and bam, you have just sampled someone. It really is that simple. But let's say that you want to provide samples with people, take home samples with people. That is a whole other story. If you saw on Abby's video where she talked about some of our favorite sampling websites and where we get a lot of our supplies, she mentioned getting some drams. So what you see here is a quarter size dram, and it's a tiny little glass bottle that you can pour some of your personal supply essential oils into to give someone something to take them home in. It's really effective for giving people an experience that can last more than just one application. I'm going to show you giving the example of lemon. So let's say that I wanted to give somebody a just basic sample of essential oils. I could take my bottle of lemon and pour a few drops into the dram. Now, personally, my lucky number tends to be 7. I love giving people 7 drops of essential oil. What you'll notice though is that there's plenty of room for more, so if you would like to give a heftier sample, be my guest. I know some people tend to stay within the 7 to 10 drop zone, but you can do whatever you would like. So there you see 7 drops of essential oil, and it fills it up about 1/3 to 1/2 of the way full. At least with lemon. All of the oils have different viscosity, so it fills them up in different ways. Now, you could take this little stopper and you push it in the top. There's tools that can help you with that if it tends to bog down your thumb. And then there's a lot of great resources that you can purchase to give people a lot of great information without them having to remember what it is that you said. So you could see this little thing that I got from EOS. It's one of your options, and it has this hole at the bottom. This fits your dram perfectly inside, where you can put and twist the top. I definitely would advise to use some sort of labeling when you're giving out essential oil samples, especially if you're giving out more than one. You may have the discretion and the discernment to know which oil is which, but when you're handing them to people who have never experienced them before, you don't want to cause confusion, okay? So you could pick up a lot of different label management systems. In fact, there's even labels that you can get in the doTERRA.com website. So you can go that route, and they're 50 cents, very inexpensive for a whole sheet of multiple labels. I love this system because we tend to give out quite a few labels. Find the right page, grab the appropriate label, and then just put it right on the top. Done, okay? What I love to do at this point is I actually made a stamp just at Vistaprint. There's tons of different resources you can use for this, but I like to just use this, and then I stamp our information right at the top. You do not have to have a stamp though. Just make sure that you give them some sort of way to get back in touch with you. Another option is a business card, okay? So just give them those two, and you've just sampled with a sample of lemon. Very, very easy. A word of caution or advice is to make sure that you pay attention to what kind of essential oils you're giving people, and if they might receive some sort of sensitivity for those. You can find a list of the caustic oils or the hot oils available online. Some of these, just off the top of my head, would be oregano, peppermint, thyme, deep blue. Any of those might need a little bit of fractionated coconut oil. And to do this, you can actually just add this right in that same sample dram that I just showed you a little bit ago, right on top, to make it already pre-diluted for them. Sampling does not need to just be in drams though. You can also give people rollers. You can make certain essential oil, blends according to whatever personal ailment they have. And this is especially effective if they need to use it more than once, kind of a repeated exposure type of ordeal. So give them very thorough instructions on how to use it. Explain what you have put in, make sure to label appropriately, so just put all the labels on the side, and then definitely make sure that you dilute your rollers to be even more effective and to provide longevity for the use. Other ways to sample would be to provide them with some deep blue samples or on guard samples. Those can be found in the back office. You can give people bath bombs. You can oh my gosh, there's just endless opportunities for creative ways to sample essential oils to people. You can also have the option to resample if the person that you're sampling has received poor results. This, of course, is at your discretion. You can just have the personal discernment to know whether or not to give more samples or to just give a different recommendation verbally or what have you. Those, of course, you could just cross those bridges when you get there. Something that I would definitely advise is to research before you sample. This is a great opportunity to learn more about the essential oils. So if somebody is giving you a certain ailment that they're trying to receive help with, you can go to the resources. There's lots of books, websites, all sorts of information out there, and research. Research what essential oils have been found most effective, research what oils go well together, and also research the dilution rates depending on their age, or skin type, different things like that. That's it. That's all the information that I have for you now. I hope you found this information helpful. Again, please understand this is just the tip of the iceberg. There are so many ways to sample people. There are so many ways to make it be known that you are someone who is passionate about essential oils and want to share those with others. Don't be afraid to reach up to your upline. Let us help you. Ask questions. Don't be afraid to be creative and come up with fun, exciting ways to have your friends and your family experience these. The best advice I can give you is just to do it. You don't know unless you try, right? So just be willing to put yourself out there, and you will be amazed at the amount of positive feedback that you get from doing this.